nothing else, we can probably cut this meeting fairly short. Is the composition service? Let's see if we can bring up the proposal. Is Muthu here?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
Okay. Yeah. So let's see. Where did we put the proposals? Meeting information. The proposals used to be under TSC. Did they move?
Oh, yeah, I kind of moved them to our developer resources.
Development.
Let me tell you exactly where they are. If we go to research and development, you will see approved projects and proposed projects.
Those are not necessarily projects, though, but
Well,
okay.
whatever they are, project proposals. How's that?
Yeah, I mean the composition service is not going to be its own project. It's going to sit inside ODIM, I think. We can call
Yeah,
it
I
project.
think we use the term project in a broader sense, that it's any work being, it's like a project or a feature, whatever you want to call it, right? But these are just functionality proposals, I guess. I don't know how you want to term them. We can discuss that since we have apparently 50 minutes to kill. You know, it's been called proposed projects. I think even by you, Jonas, I didn't really, yeah.
Yeah. As long as people understand that we do this for larger features as well, and not necessarily to
Yeah.
form a new project. So
How about we do this? How about we change the title to project and feature proposals?
yeah, perfect. So can you see my screen?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we see it's this.
So use case 1 here. We basically say that we want to do a post, right?
Yeah.
And there
Well,
is where. Huh?
I think what we said was that we would bring something, you know, for review in front of the community, right?
Yeah. So we got some feedback just from Jeff, and we should bring it. We should bring this to DMTF. But the computer system is basically a collection. So we could. And to post to it is not the right way, according to him. It's better that we make it insertable and deletable, so we can manipulate the collection of this resource blocks, right?
Yeah, but right now the Deadfish standard defines that post action for composition service.
But the collection itself is not insertable and not deletable. So I think that's the problem.
Yeah.
We can make it, if we make it insertable, deletable, we can manipulate the collection, right?
Yeah.
Instead of using the add resource block and remove resource block action. So the proposal to DMTF would be to make it insertable and deletable. Let's see, this is the computer system add resource block. So is it resource block or let's see. Do you know what I'm talking?
Payload is a link to a resource block.
Okay. So resource block is a collection, right? Is there a resource block collection? Let me look at this.
Yeah, resource block collection. There are instances that represents a resource block instance.
Yeah. So resource block, just looking at it. Collection, and that's then okay, let me share again. So here we have the problem, I think. Oh. Ah, God. Why doesn't it just simply work? Here we go. let me know if you can see it. This is the resource block collection schema. I think this is the problem.
Yeah.
If we can get those set to true, that means that we can manipulate the collection of resources, resource blocks.
Yeah, we
and
can
create
support
new
the
ones. Yeah.
post actions and others.
Yeah. Well, that means we can do updates on it, right?
Yeah.
So that, and if we look at the other use cases, is there anything else that would require changes to DMTF Redfish?
I think we said that we would want to be able to manipulate zones and their content the same way that we would manipulate other objects in the model. So it should
But
be
zones
possible.
were already something you could manipulate, right?
But I don't think you could create a zone, if I'm not mistaken.
And
Well, we certainly do when we do networking, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
maybe I'm wrong.
normally the resource zone is a kind of derived from the global zone collection. I think insert operation is possible there.
Yeah.
Okay. And we can add and delete numbers.
Add and delete zones, right?
Well,
Yeah.
but zones contain resource blocks. So can we insert numbers into that collection? I would imagine so, right? I need to go back and look. I just don't have the specification.
You can delete and you can update. Oh, you can insert.
So
You
it's
cannot
correct.
delete. Well,
Okay.
so why is that this zone collection though?
It's insertable, but deletable, delete and update is not allowed.
But we
Yeah,
checked
but
this before. Is that the same zone that is in? Where is the zone? Is it under the composition service or where is it at?
No, whatever you open that has a URLs, like there are two zones, fabric zones and composition service zones.
Are they both zones though?
Yeah. They both
So
are derived from like the global zone collection.
composition service. Here you have zones. You said zone. Resource zones, and they are a zone collection. Yeah. They're read-only true. So you can only insert into them, right? That's the problem.
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, if you make a mistake, what happens? I mean, I think maybe the assumption had been that nobody manually would do anything, but I think that's the most likely situation, at least for some set of deployments.
Yeah, this is a problem. We need to have this
Yeah.
deletable. All of these should be true.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So he's saying, okay, there is a feedback portal where we can request this, right?
Yeah, and we had said that before we send stuff there, we would, review what we're going to send, in some form of a TSC meeting. And I don't think we have a formal proposal to send to DMTF yet.
No, but we do now. I guess if we can document this, I think what we want to do is that there is the zone collection and there is the resource block collection. We need them to be deletable, insertable, and updatable, right?
Right.
That's really the only change, right? I think.
Yeah. To the DMTF.
Oh God. Yeah.
Well, we also need to make sure that the actual do we need anything in terms of definition extensions on the resource blocks on or anything else, right? It's not just the API calls and what they can and cannot be. It's also the actual, parameters passed around. Do we believe that the requests that are being sent are rich enough, or have enough, enough fidelity to specify everything we want?
I thought so. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, that part we haven't explored it so far. We are just discussing exploring the APIs. Yeah, definitely that is really needed. What is a payload? If you allow resource block addition, what would be the payload or what would be the request? So that part we need to work.
Yes.
yeah. So Muthi, that's then. Do you want to take a stab at that? Because I was thinking we were done with making the resource block collection and the zone collections insertable, deletable, and updatable. But
Yeah.
you're saying you want to go through some
I will
properties
work.
as well.
I will further work on that part and probably propose a kind of common like a payload for the adding resource block and adding a resource zones from ODIM perspective, so that we can also include that part in our proposal. This is what after review, after this committee review, then we can propose that payload also as part of our DMTF proposal. I can make it ready by next week.
Okay. So yeah, perfect. Properties needed. Okay. Yeah, that's all I had. There's nothing else. Alex, anything from your side?
No, I think we're good.
Okay. So that's kind of a thin agenda today, but I think
Oh,
the most important.
I did want to bring up one thing, right? And this came out of the discussion we had where we reviewed the LFN, slides.
Mhm.
We kind of need to formalize the proposal around the profiles, the management profiles, right? For that we want to put forth in front of OCP.
Yeah.
Or not OCP. I don't, we need to discuss that too. But I think you had made some proposals. I think we just never got around to sort of looking at those and making sure that that would be great. That would be enough, and then we can kind of. Like, I think having profiles gives this a little bit more weight. Otherwise, it's just another implementation of Redfish, and we were concerned that we never mentioned these profiles anywhere in our slide.
Okay. Yeah. So there are two things. Like there is the profiles themselves, and they live in a branch that's I think was supposed to be updated yesterday or today to actually work. And then there is the how do we position them, right? And how do we mention them? Because I think we have been in touch with OCP as well, and they've been a little bit, so we need to seek them out in some part of OCP to work on the profiles. But I think ODIM can have its own profiles because we have other things on top that we like networking and things that do not concern OCP that much, right? Did you want to mention them in the slide deck as well, Alex? That's really way.
Well, I think we need to. We did mention the fact that we would be creating these management profiles. We did not say they would be hosted in OCP. We just left that generic. But I think this is a discussion we should have, right?
Yep. Yeah. I think once they're ready, we should publish them on our wiki and make a big thing out of them, pointing out that this is what drives compliance and interoperability.
Right.
And then but if we need for LFN in any other shape or form, we should probably address that now, right?
I think for the LFN, we're good. I think I put in a bullet point in ODIM objectives or ODIM goals that speaks to this. I think it's more just now kind of backing it up with actual deliverable.
Yeah. So what do we do with that?
Well, we can schedule it for discussion in the Tuesday meeting, and that's where we kind of do all the technical work these days. And this becomes more of an administrative meeting for us. So.
Okay, I add it there. Tuesday. Okay, very good. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay. From anybody else? All right, then we get half an hour back.
Okay.
Thank you so much, guys. Good one.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Thank you all. Bye.
Bye.